Welcome back to our podcast, everyone. Today, we're diving into a fascinating and complex topic, the strange career of William Ellis and the concept of passing.
That's right. At first glance, it might seem straightforward, but the implications are deep and thought-provoking. So, should we describe William Ellis's practice of portraying himself as Mexican as passing? The answer is far from simple.
Absolutely. The term passing originally emerged within the African American community, and it gained wider recognition from works like Nella Larsen's 1929 novel. It initially referred to black individuals pretending to be white, but it carried with it the weight of social death.
Right, and that social death meant cutting ties with family and friends within the black community to maintain that secret. Langston Hughes even touched on this painful reality in his 1934 short story, Passing.
Exactly. When you think about it, this raises some serious questions about identity and belonging. What do you think? How did passing challenge the very foundations of white supremacy?
Well, it forced white people to confront the fluidity of race and the uncomfortable truth that there had been centuries of racial mixing. As W.E.B. Du Bois noted, it made many white individuals question if they themselves had any Negro blood.
That's a powerful observation. It's intriguing to consider how many people were actually passing at the time. Estimates suggest that around 25,000 black Americans were passing each year in the early 1900s, though that's just scratching the surface.
And some were passing temporarily for short-term access to all white spaces, while others completely vanished into new identities. This raises the question, what does it mean to truly pass?
Exactly. And when we look at William Ellis's story, it complicates the narrative further. His family connections suggest he didn't fully separate from the African American community like many who passed did.
Right. He maintained relationships and engaged with African American politics, which helped preserve his legacy. And his alter ego, Guillermo Enrique Eliseo, raises another question about identity.
So, does it even make sense to label Ellis's behavior as passing, or is it something else entirely? It's a nuanced discussion.
It really is. In an interview from 1891, Ellis mentioned that he had to pass as Mexican just to enjoy the comforts of being a white traveler. It's a stark reminder of how complicated identity can be.
As we wrap up today's discussion, it's clear that William Ellis's life challenges our understanding of race and identity. His experience prompts us to consider the layers of passing and the societal structures that influence our identities.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us today as we unpack these complex themes. We hope this conversation has inspired you to think critically about identity.
Until next time, keep questioning and exploring the narratives that shape our world.